3 questions to ask yourself now before you launch into 2023 so you not only just make a couple plans and goals, but you actually achieve them this year. Hey, it's Amanda Carroll, your host of the Get Your Brave On podcast. Congratulations, you survived the crazy holiday season. Now what? Join me. Download right now your free Brave Life Planner at getyourbraveon.info. No matter what your goal is, this is the secret to achieving it. You get 3 things. You get my downloadable sheet to help you boot up your bravery every single morning. You're going to write down what you're grateful for. You're going to remember what your why is. There's a podcast for that in case you missed it. It's episode number 5. Then you're going to write down your pathways to achieving that goals. Writing down your I am statements and picking one brave thing a day. You're going to do that before you check your phone and especially check the news. Then you will get a free daily planner. Every single day, you're going to map out everything you do. There's even room for your meal prep on this. You're going to love it. Check that out. And then it comes with a video that describes how to use it and implement in your life so that you not only just come up with a good idea for a goal, but you can accomplish it this year. Get your free Brave Life Planner at getyourbraveon.info. It's time to stop allowing the plot twists of every year derail you from accomplishing what you really want to accomplish. So glad you're here for episode 41 of the Get Your Brave On podcast, the 3 questions to ask yourself to pick a resolution that you can actually stick to this year and get the life you've always dreamed of. That's what you deserve. Please, I would love for you to follow and subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any of the episodes. Every one is another strategy to help you silence fear in your life and enjoy your life more. This is the podcast to help you do that. And I'd love for you to, if you're on Apple Podcasts, to scroll all the way down to the bottom, leave me a rating on what you like about this podcast and post a review. I will shout you out in the next episode. So glad you're here. Get your journal out and get a pen because we're ready to write down these questions and answer them to find the right resolution that you can actually stick to that'll change your life. Let's go. The 3 questions to ask to help you pick the right resolution that you can actually achieve that could even change your life. Question number 1, ask yourself this. What are the thoughts that are preventing you, that are standing in the way of you achieving the future you want? Your thoughts provoke your life. It says that in Proverbs. So what today are the thoughts that are going through your mind as you got up and you looked in the mirror and you thought, okay, time to get back to normal life? Were they negative? Probably. It's okay. I've had to break myself of that habit too. What are those thoughts? The first things that you're putting in your mind that are standing in the way of you achieving the future, the 2023 and beyond that you've always dreamed of. I don't know about you, but I'm sick of feeling like a firefighter in life, that I'm just approaching crisis after crisis and I can only put out the fire that's burning the most in front of me. I want to get ahead. So here's some thoughts that I wrote down. Are you ready? Write these down in your journal, the thoughts that you're thinking that are preventing you. I wrote down, I'm failing. I've thought about that. Lost a job this year. Becoming self-employed now. I thought I'm a fake because I'm all about the get your brave on girl. But sometimes I'm not very brave, but that's okay. Like get your brave on is a process. That's what this podcast is all about. I've written down, boy, I'm not really that attractive. I've got these lines on my face. I have to put on so much makeup. I feel like maybe I'm unloved. I feel not rich enough. These are the thoughts that are going through my head. What are your thoughts? It's okay. We're going to turn these into positives. I felt like maybe I'm just not good enough to be successful at podcasting and doing online courses. All I want to do is inspire people to live a strong and courageous life because that's a command from God. But maybe I'm not good enough to do that. I thought, man, no one likes me. I'm rejected. Maybe I'm not good at my job. Those are the thoughts that I know are getting in the way. The thoughts that you think the first thing in the morning are so important because your mind is like Jell-O. You got to put in all the good stuff before it sets. So if the first thing you think when you look in the mirror is, but I don't really look that good today. Look at those circles under my eyes. You're not going to feel good all day long. So I've trained myself. I put sticky notes on my mirrors now to remind me to say, don't laugh. Well, you could laugh. It's okay. I love you, Amanda. You're great. You're so beautiful. God's really proud of you. Instead of judging myself, those are the thoughts. So all these negative thoughts are preventing you from moving forward in your year. Even if you've picked a New Year's resolution already, or maybe you're waffling on one, if you're waking up already assuming that you're not going to achieve it, you're not going to achieve it. But instead, let's change those thoughts. Okay, do we have all those negative thoughts? All right, can you just go cross them out right now? Those are all lies. Those are all lies from the enemy. Eliminate them right now. The second question to ask yourself before you're making any kind of New Year's resolutions, what are the habits and behaviors that are standing in the way of you becoming healthy, wealthy, and free in 2023? Ooh, it's a good question, right? All right, I'll say it one more time in case you're writing this down in your journal. I highly suggest that so you can go back to this. What are the habits and behaviors that are standing in the way of becoming healthy, wealthy, and free? I think of overeating at night. Sometimes I get hungry. I stick to my meal plan and I'm like, oh, I'm so hungry. I need chips. That's not a good habit. Not budgeting. You're just going through and going, I think I can make it. I need a clear budget for 2023 because overspending on, going shopping or going on Amazon and following an influencer and going, yeah, add to cart. That's standing in the way of me becoming healthy, wealthy, and free, and avoiding things that I know are hard and complicated. Sometimes I'll deal with that later. Procrastination is something that I struggle with. Those are habits that I don't want. Okay, question number 3 to ask yourself, promise this gets better, before you make any resolutions, what are the emotions that are holding you back? What are those feelings? The emotions of maybe anger, resentment, bitterness, unforgiveness, all those things that you're carrying with you from last year. We need to eliminate all of those. So we're going to pray at the end of this podcast to eliminate all the habits and all the behaviors and all of the emotions that are standing in the way of you having a fresh new start in 2023. I think I definitely deal with anger, especially with co-parenting. It is very frustrating right now, I got to admit to you. Or I deal with anger about, feeling just unfair things in my industry that I've been through. A lot of anger about that. And then some feelings of unforgiveness with people that have hurt me that I know. I love what Mark Twain said. He said, anger is an acid and it only eats up the vessel it's within. I think unforgiveness is the same thing. It only eats up you because that other person doesn't know you're angry at them. And that other person doesn't know that you haven't forgiven them and they don't really care. So the only person that those negative emotions are hurting are you. So in order to move on in 2023, we have to kick all these things out. The negative thoughts, the negative habits and behaviors, and the negative emotions, let's just kick them out. I feel like we should pray about that right now. God, I ask you right now to please kick out all those negative thoughts and emotions, habits and behaviors from 2022. We don't want to bring them into this new year. Right now, help us think about just putting them in this box and all the things that we're not proud of, all those things we say about ourselves that are overly critical, all those habits that we know that aren't serving us well anymore. Can we put this in this box, lock it up, and we just put it at your feet, God? We say we just take this away. Take it away so we can start fresh for a new year. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay, here's your bonus question. I know I said, 3 questions to ask yourself before you make any resolutions, because we had to kick all that stuff out. Now here's the bonus question to help you find what you're supposed to do. This is a really good one. Are you ready? What do the behaviors look like of the great person that I want to become in 2023? This is your secret weapon. Write that down in your journal. What are the behaviors? What do they look like of the great person that I want to become? Here's what I wrote down. Sober. I love that behavior. That feels really good in my life. Being really organized with my finances and budgeting. Meal prepping. Having healthy meals ready in my fridge so I'm not overeating at the end of the night. That's really good for me. Working out. Not necessarily just so I can have flat abs. I've kind of got beyond that after 3 kids, but just so I can feel good and I can feel confident and I can feel strong. Those are all the behaviors that look like the great person that I want to become. So for me, my New Year's plan for 2023 is become consistent. Become consistent in my budgeting, become consistent in my meal prepping to eat healthy meals, and become consistent in my workouts. Because I know if I have all those 3 things in order, I'm going to feel so in control of my life. I'm going to feel healthy. I'm going to feel strong. And I'm going to feel courageous. And I'm going to obey that command from God. In Joshua 1:9, if I do all those things, boom, there's my resolutions. I'd be curious what your answers are to that last question. So will you call me and share? I'll put it on the next podcast. Call 530-4AMANDA. That's my special hotline. It rings directly to me. I answer it. What are the behaviors of the person that you want to become in 2023? Your answers could be just the inspiration that somebody else needs who's feeling kind of stuck right now. I have a lot of friends that are in that bucket, and that's okay. I've been there too. You just feel so stuck and trapped by responsibilities of children, responsibilities of your job, responsibilities of family, responsibilities of caring for your home, that you feel like you're stuck in living the life that you really want. But that's not true. If you just look at your behaviors, if you look at your habits, and if you look at your emotions, and you look at those negative thoughts, if you change those things, you can become the strong and courageous woman that God has called you to be. And your secret weapon in doing that is my free Brave Life Planner. You can get it right now. Just go to getyourbraveon.info, or the link is in the show notes. It's 3 things. You get a free Brave Morning Planner, a sheet that you fill out every single morning that will help you boot up your bravery. You're going to start your day not by watching the news or reading whatever posts on your phone. What you're going to do is you're going to write down what you're grateful for. And then what your goals are, what your why is. You're going to come up with your pathways, and you're going to pick one brave thing a day to do. I've got it all mapped out for you. And then it also comes with your free Brave Life Daily Planner that you fill out to make sure that you're staying on task so that you can achieve your resolutions this year. Comes with a video on how to use it completely free for you. It's what I do every single morning, and I would love for us to be doing the same thing. Get it right now at getyourbraveon.info. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you. I love you. Get your brave on.